There's a log cabin.
Would you say a half a mile down here?
Half a mile after you see the log cabin. The road's not too bad yet. And
Look.
there's Turtle.
Look, it says Turtle Island.
Yep, there's their mailbox where they get their mail. And
2683, that's it. We're going down this road. Here we go. Oh, listen, I hear water. Oh, the first thing you hear is water. I love it.
birds. I hear birds too.
4 miles down the road. You got some nice land, that's for sure.
And which way do we go?
Just straight.
Straight. The road's getting really steep now. A little bit bumpy. We see a horse and some type of a cabin, and
Look,
there's
there's
wild
those
turkeys.
Hi, how are you? You sure are pretty. Parking lot is. And we are at Turtle Parking. Very cool. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Our kitchen. We eat all our meals, cook all our meals.
That's wonderful.
Open fire cook stoves. So feel free to look around. Give me a second to grab out the paperwork for you ladies.
Thank you, Brian. There's the stove. Very cool.
Yeah, the left one's being worked on at the moment.
Oh, it is, yeah. The pantry. Hey, they got Heinz 57. Definitely need that.
Kids. Alright, ladies. One of you wants to use that?
A guinea fowl.
They let everybody know that there's predators around, and when they do the predator call, you'll see every single bird in this place scurry for cover.
Wow.
Yeah, they are ugly little things.
Somebody's not happy. So we are here, and Mr. Conway will be with us shortly. There was a confusion. Either I heard wrong or something happened, but we are going to be getting a tour, and I'm very thankful and happy. You guys are wonderful, and we will see what happens shortly. Okay, the horses are hitched up, and we are waiting for Mr. Eustace. And we'll get underway on the tour. Well, fellers. Okay. How'd you get in there?
He arrived on a motorcycle.
He's on a motorcycle. Teaching you
Interns how to make the cabin notches and select the trees and hew them down to the common thickness. And then eventually, it's going to be like a Lincoln log set. We'll take it apart and get children to put it back together again and again and again. But the idea is to have children put a building together so they can understand how the notches work and how they can do teamwork and how they can make it something they incorporate into their understanding of life better than just a history book. Whoa. That's a big pine there right beside you. You see that?
This one?
My favorite tree in Turtle Island. It's so big and healthy and balanced. I just really enjoy seeing that big straight guy.
Hey, that's huge. I see you got stairs here and a little, like a crow's nest.
Yeah. Preston said he wanted to build that so far up that when a child climbed up there, they overcame their fears and they knew they had done something. That's an interesting building largely because the children built it during their camp. The first day of camp there wasn't a building, just a pile of lumber.
This year?
A pile of rocks. No, it was about 8 years ago.
Really?
And we started with just the raw materials. Preston had designed it and he let me know how many boards of what sizes. So I had them all piled up. When the parents came to pick up their children 14 days later, look Mom, look Dad, look what we made. Parents walked in looking for like a box or a basket or a birdhouse or something. And it's like, well, where is it, son? Mom, the building, the whole building.
The whole building.
Wow.
Parents couldn't believe their little boys had made that, you know. We don't let what's been done before stop or limit us. Use our imagination and go forth with creativity and inventiveness.
Uh-oh, my sunglasses. Can you whoa a minute? I lost my sunglasses.
Sure
I'm
can.
sorry. Back.
Okay.
I knew I should put on that little strap. Sunglasses.
As long as you can find them, we'll be all right. Take your time, we'll find them. Just be careful not to step on them.
Do you teach about the plants and the usefulness for medicine, food,
Quite a few.
survival?
Yeah. On the right of that is the hemlock tree, and both of them you can make wonderful tea out of.
Hemlock, I've heard of them.
And so you just take the needles and you boil them for a while. About 12-15 minutes, just barely simmering boil. It makes a very nice tea. Cherry, and you can make cough syrup out of that.
Out of the bark?
Inner bark, yeah.
The inner bark.
That's what Creo Motion for Children is made out of. See the hole up in there?
Oh, yes.
And so it's called a den tree, and there's a bigger hole right there. So lots of different creatures live in there. And sometimes one year one animal, one bird will live in there, and the next year a different one. Might be a wren one year, or a chickadee one year, and a wren the next year. And
I'll ask around.
this is the bridge that I made from the black locust tree. There's the water sound there.
That's beautiful.
You could do a video or recording of that and then just play it over and over.
Over and over.
Band it out and make
Yeah.
it for an hour so you could enjoy that sound right there at home.
Oh, that's true. It is so cool.
Yeah, it wouldn't have the coolness that went with the video, would it?
Losing the sunshine. How do you tell about the weather?
Some of it's intuitive, and you just look and feel. There's a lot of senses that because I live outside all the time, I'm more in tune with it. Just like if you spend a lot of time with a friend, you're more in tune with that friend, and you know their habits and their rituals and when they're having a bad day, and you can kind of sense it. So I'm a bit that way myself, and I'm not always right, just like you're not always right in judging or understanding how your friend, where they're coming from, but you have a better idea than not because you know it, you know. Example of what I was talking about when I was pointing out that tulip poplar bark is also used for covering a building.
Yeah.
So it's not just for baskets, but also for siding for a house. And this is a little tiny house. There's actually a bigger one right over there. It's one that we rent out to folks, and it has bark on the cover of it as well. And it just makes it blend right into the forest.
It sure does.
And inside of that is a hydroelectric generator. Instead of making electricity with gasoline or diesel or coal, we just make it with falling water. Just the pressure of water coming down the mountain. Clean.
Debbie, did you want to know what kind of flowers those are, the yellow? We've been taking pictures of the yellow flowers, but we don't know what they are.
We call it stickweed, and it's the common name.
Stickweed.
It's something that the animals, our goats and horses, cows, nothing eats it.
Nothing eats it?
Nothing. And I actually made that one. That's a man-made waterfall.
Oh, I see the log.
I wanted to make a little pool. And if you put rocks or a log across the stream, then when it floods, the water will pour over the top, and it will actually dig out a perpetuating hole just below it. It creates trout habitat and a nice little deep pool. And I think over the years that'll even dig it out deeper and make more of a pool there.
I love the swings.
Great, aren't they?
Yes. How you doing back there, Debbie?
Trying to take it all in.
And you got little benches sitting around. He's a wild man. What is that say? Got a nice breeze going on. That Brian?
Washing his clothes.
Oh, he said he was going to do creek washing. Hey, you got your laundry going.
Funny goal? Funny goal?
It's just so quiet.
Are these magnolia?
No, it's interesting that you ask, because there's one here that doesn't look like your magnolia that is magnolia. This one here is a magnolia.
Oh, okay.
But the one that you're familiar with, the grandiflora magnolia that has a leaf like that, this is Magnolia tripedalus, a different kind of mountain magnolia, big broad leaves. The one that has these cuteness leaves is called the rhododendron.
Okay.
And here's its closest cousin, the one that's right beside it. It has the little leaves. That's called the mountain laurel.
Oh, yeah.
That's the mountain laurel.
But the odd thing is, the mountain people have their own names for these plants and many other things. They call the rhododendron laurel, and they call the mountain laurel ivy.
Ivy.
So you have to learn a whole nother language if you want to be able to talk to the traditional folks of the region. And they call the magnolia, they call that cucumber.
Wow, okay.
You got your whole
names.
language here. Every different thing has its own words, you know. It's changed so much, even during my lifetime. Just seemed like 15 years ago, most of the last of the breed. There's still a few old timers out there, but basically 15 years ago, it seemed like the last of that generation, the integrity of that old generation. Now, if you find one of those old people, like I know a woman over on Meat Camp, and she's of that ilk, but she's one of the last one of that type, you know. But when she was younger, everybody was that way. Changed a lot. This is witch hazel.
Oh, I love witch hazel.
Yeah.
I have some of that in my bathroom.
There you go, some in the wild.
There, you want to look? Yeah.
Natural state. Which hazel is it? Oh, it's that hazel.
Wonderful astringent. What else do you use it for?
That's what it is. It's all about the astringent. Like anything that you need an astringent for, like if you need a wash, like skin irritation or a little infection or a splinter or some pus, and you want to like draw the poison out, you make a little poultice on there. You can get it on there fresh and fast for a bee sting. Helps with that. Here's a different plant. This is called the goosefoot maple. If you look at the leaf, it has like the shape of a footprint, a track of a goose, you see, or a duck for that matter.
Oh, it does. I see.
Yeah. Just like the webbed foot.
Goose. What's it say?
Goosefoot.
Goosefoot. Goosefoot.
That is the black locust, that bridge we sat on for a while.
Oh yes.
It's made from this tree. This is the most rot-resistant tree in the whole forest. That allows you to make something like these fence stakes is black locust, this same tree. And that way
These stakes are
rot.
black locust.
That's right.
Hello, feller. How are you? How are you? You're pretty. You're a pretty boy.
I'll let you take some pictures of it.
Hi.
Darth, like Darth Vader.
Hi, Darth. Hey, Darth. How's your day going?
He's just showing off.
Oh, he is?
Uh-huh.
What does it mean when he's pawing like that? He doesn't really like this? I'm sorry. Okay, we'll leave you alone. Bye. lost here. What was a wasp nest, or is that a beehive? Hornet nest. Oh, look at your big sawmill. Look at that wheel. That's humongous.
Dance of nature, and how successful and understanding you can be with and of that dance depends on how well things work out or not.
A lifetime of experience helps with that, I'm sure. And just a lot of good common sense.
Yeah, which isn't common anymore. Very extremely uncommon to have common sense anymore.